Welcome back,
guys.
So, where are we eating today, huh?
We are at New Pho Vietnamese restaurant here in Nashua, New Hampshire.
And what are we trying out today?
Today we're gonna try the staple noodles of Vietnam, pho.
Oh yeah, pho, and we're gonna try out their special fish noodle soup. So I'm really excited to try this out.
Really hot day. I'm hoping there'll be some nice cool drinks. It's too hot. Let's eat.
The condiment section right here. We got the spring roll being made. Looks like he's dipping in some hot water right there. Yeah. All the veggies. Spring roll, everything is fresh. Got the lettuce, carrots, got some cilantro in there, there's some shrimp.
Fresh noodle.
Got the wet noodle right there. Boom.
Hot water.
Being quickly dipped into that hot water, cooked up. Is that about like 15 seconds? Boom. Get all the water out. Yeah. Look at that skill, tossing the noodle in the air.
No water. Alright, go to the bowl. Now just
So this is, we're getting the special here. So the special comes with a bunch of different cuts. So you can take a see right there. So that one looks like beef that he's adding on.
Hi.
So this is raw beef, and the other one was boiled. Boom, some tripe. Oh yeah, so the special, if you ask for a pho special, it will always come with tripe right there. Bam, so he's dipping the tripe into the hot water right there real quick to give it a nice cook, quick cook. It's probably pre-cooked already, it looks like. It's probably just to warm it up. Oh yeah. Got some green onions going in right there. Some cilantro. Here comes some onions. Looks amazing already. Now it's the special sauce right here, the pho broth. This is where all the flavors come from. Look at that layer there. Woo. Broth is boiling. Oh wow, look at that. So that hot broth is cooking the raw beef right up top so it gets that nice pink color, not overcooked. Beautiful. Okay, so this is the broth for the fish right here. It's been boiling. Add some broth in there. Okay. Boom. Then he adds in the raw fish, it looks like. Looks like the fish is already marinated. What kind of fish is that? Tilapia?
Yeah, tilapia.
Tilapia fish.
But no bone.
No bones, so all the bones already been removed out of there. Beautiful.
15 minutes. 10-15 minutes.
Takes about 10-15 minutes for this to boil so the fish could cook. And then from there, we'll pour it straight into this noodle right here. Does the noodle need to be cooked?
Yeah.
Oh, so the noodle is gonna go straight into that bowl right there. Okay.
Like 10 minutes.
Ah, yep. Okay. So this noodle is different than the pho noodle. Okay, so this is a different noodle. It cooks quicker. You see that? It's a quick dip compared to the pho one. The pho one took a little bit longer. Boom. Oof. This is the thing about Asian food. Everything cooks quick. So everything comes out fresh. Bam. So just waiting that to boil up. Then he's going to toss this noodle right in there. Get a little closer. Just waiting to put that noodle in there. So he's scooping away the broth, some of that foam that is up top right there when you boil any raw meat. I think it's from coming out from the fish right there. So he's just getting rid of that so it doesn't affect the flavor. I was talking to the chef and he said this dish right here, you can only find it here in New England. Oh yeah, let's put a chunk of fish there on. Boom, tossing on some green onions and cilantro right there for the final topping. What is that, seasoning or?
Garlic.
Garlic, okay, some dry garlic?
Yeah.
Some dry garlic right there.
Okay, now done. You have to cut it hot. You have to hold it.
Okay. Oh, it's a hot bowl. Okay, so it's gonna come out steaming like this.
Yeah. Very hot.
Boom. Still boiling. No, so with any Vietnamese noodle dishes, a side of fresh veggies is always included. And looking at this one, that is a sauce right there. Might be a tamarind sauce, I would assume. Tamarind sauce. Oh my. All right, they brought out all the food. I'm pretty excited here. Let's actually start off with the drinks that we got because they got some really good drinks here. So let's start off here. We got the Vietnamese coffee. I always like to try out the Vietnamese coffee everywhere we go.
Stable. You
It's
can
a
get
staple.
it anywhere.
Mhm.
Yes.
The thing about the Vietnamese coffee that I really like is it's made out of Robusta coffee bean. Most of the coffee you drink in America are made out of Arabica. So the Robusta is a lot thicker, I would say, so it's a little smoother when you drink it, and it has quite a kick. Really good too. So this is in here is pickled lime. So Asian people love to pickle everything, and this is pickled lime, smashed up water and sugar, and this is a really good drink for the summer. The thing about like the pickled lime is another way for you to get electrolyte in Asia because there's salt in there, and so this is really good. It's like sweet but salty, and it has a very like kind of sweet and mild lime taste, I would say, almost like a lemonade,
So
but with a little of that like kind of salty brine taste to it.
So our mom used to make this all the time, every summer. You'll see a jar of this where she'll have lime in there and then she'll add in like the rock salt. And she just let this jar sit out in the sun and the sun will just melt
bake
everything.
It, yes, and infuse all that flavor together. And from the salt extracts all that citrus flavor out of the lime and mix with the salt. So it becomes a really good blend after a month.
And you don't use the whole lime, by the way. You only use like a quarter of it. It will get really strong. So you could see it here. There's just a little bit of it.
Yeah, that's a refreshing drink. So if you see that on the menu, I recommend give that a shot over soda. It's a lot better. Speaking about soda, this one is unique. So this one is made out of club soda with sugar in there for sure, and it is dried plum.
Yep.
Dried pickled plum, I would consider that.
So you could find these like plum candy, right?
Yeah.
Would you consider candy? You can find it at any Asian store, but this is the first time I'm having it as a drink.
In the drink. Yeah, usually these are like kind of candy you should eat, but this, they made into a drink. Actually, I really like this one. That is a very, I think that soda water with that little fizziness really gives it a unique like flavor. It's similar to the pickle lime, but very different. This one would, I would say, have a more of a tardy, sweet tardy taste to it. That is a sweet citrus taste. This is actually one of my favorites. You guys see this on the menu as well? Gotta give this a shot.
Or maybe you won't, so you have to come here to get it. This is the first time I'm seeing this in any of this Viet restaurant I've been to.
That's true. All right, so we got two appetizers here we're gonna go through. So we got the spring roll. The spring roll just consists of lettuce, veggies, some mint, carrot, and this one you can either get it with, usually with meat, but this one we got it with shrimp. And with all this, you get the peanut sauce. I know some people might be allergic to peanuts, so we gotta make sure. But most Asian food will have peanuts, so definitely gotta, if you have peanut allergy, you definitely gotta be careful.
Peanut and hoisin sauce.
And hoisin sauce. I love spring roll. It's just so fresh. It's like, I could probably eat like 5-6 of these.
That's a healthy source.
Yeah, it's not fried. Everything here is fresh. Even the shrimp is boiled. So no grease, no additional grease or anything like that in here. When you saw them how they dip the rice paper in the back, you kind of have to get the rice paper wet for you to unwrap this. If not, they'll break apart.
A lot of people get these two like confused. A lot of people would call this spring roll, but it's actually egg roll.
Because they're fried.
They're fried, exactly.
You consider anything spring to be like fresh.
Spring would be fresh like this. This would be called spring roll.
Like anything with food, a good drink helps balance out the taste bud, refresh, re-cleanse your taste bud for the next bite, the next dish. Oh, I love this one. This one's good. Our next dish here. This is the Vietnamese egg roll. So in here you usually find vermicelli noodle mixed with mushroom, carrots. It's usually a balance between pork. Sometimes I don't think they use beef in this. Usually it's just pork meat that goes into egg rolls.
And there's eggs in there.
Yes.
Hence why it's called egg.
Yes. The egg is blended together raw when mixed in there with all the meat and the carrots and everything as the filling, and then they wrap it up into this crunchy roll and then fry it.
Yep.
And here's the sauce. Give this
hold
sauce a
it
shot.
together. You just do a dab of the egg yolk at the end when you're wrapping it, and it will hold it together.
Looks like this sauce consists of some fish sauce, definitely watered down. I see peppers. Maybe a little sugar and some lime.
So So Vietnamese, we cook a lot of our dishes with lime. We don't use lemon.
Yeah, definitely fish sauce. I love it. Some places don't use fish sauce. They use like almost like a what is it? Like a sweet duck sauce. But I feel like with spring roll, you need to eat it with. I mean, with an egg roll, you need to eat it with like the fish sauce dip.
You have to eat it when it's fresh. Because if you wait too long, it will get soggy and won't taste as good. When it's crunchy like this, you really get all the flavor very well.
Yeah, I actually really like. This is a perfect size for an appetizer. Perfectly crunchy. And this, like I said, if you haven't had like this type of sauce that has fish sauce in it, it tastes totally different than having it with duck sauce. Everybody likes to like dip this with duck sauce, but this is way better. The umami and the fish sauce, it really changed the flavor.
If you're trying to make this sauce at home, it's not 100% fish sauce, okay?
Definitely got to water it down.
Yeah, it's watered down.
I think it's 1-to-2 ratio. You know? Yeah.
So this is our main course for today. Pho. It's the staple of Vietnam. Who doesn't know what pho is, am I right? You could get this at mostly any Viet restaurant. And I'm always excited when it comes to pho because it's such a comfort food.
It is a comfort food.
And then
the best hangover cure.
It is. And this is the moon pho đặc biệt.
This mean is the special.
Special, yes.
Yep.
So they'll throw in like all the different meats. So you get the beef.
Yeah.
Yep. Then you get the beef flanks, and then you get the tripes right here, which is I love tripe. It's just that chewy texture. So one bowl, you get all these different flavor and texture of it, which is it's amazing. You got Qua.
All right, so this dish right here is the fish noodle. This is their special here. I was talking to the owner and he said he was traveling Vietnam and he recently learned how to make this dish, so it's a new addition to their menu. And from what I understand, there is not a lot of Viet places in the Northeast that actually have this dish. You could probably find this dish out in California or Texas where there's more Viet people, but nowhere in the Northeast have this dish yet. So this dish will contain the rice noodle that we saw them boil in the back. You got fish in here, cooked with turmeric and other spices. That's why the fish is all yellow. What else is in here? You got turmeric. He said fish sauce is also used in here. Oh yeah, I could smell that smell of fish sauce. And definitely shrimp paste. Shrimp paste. Yeah, it's in the shrimp paste is like so unique that it's a very umami. It's a unique umami smell. I would say that like I don't think any other
no other sauce
would have that. Yeah. So I could smell it in here. It smells amazing.
You think fish sauce is strong? Shrimp paste is even stronger.
Yeah, and this is unique because you saw pho, you would put in sriracha, you would put in hoisin sauce, but this one right here, it came with a homemade tamarind sauce. So let me try out what this tamarind sauce consists of here. It looks like the tamarind sauce consists of some fish sauce, it looks like some ginger, some chili.
One of the fish paste. I mean,
definitely some fish sauce. No. It's just fish sauce, tamarind, sugar, garlic,
some lime in there.
Yeah, lime and then some chili. But that's actually really interesting. I love tamarind. If you don't know what it is, tamarind sauce is what it's a fruit. When it has a very sweet and sour taste to it. So if you ever have like sweet and sour soup, the majority of them will be made of like there's tamarind in there to give it that
like a
sweet and sour. Yeah.
Tart taste.
Let's try this out. And the other thing with like any Vietnamese noodle dishes, they always come with a plate of veggies on the side. Just it helps balance out everything else.
Just like Asian food in general, there's always veggies with every single dish that you'll eat.
Yep, and I was told this is tilapia fish that they use here. So hot. Let's give that a shot. Wow. Okay. This is a very flavorful dish. Like, there's a lot of flavors in here. I just tried like one piece of the fish and I could taste all that flavor.
So with pho, you will always get different flavors wherever you go. Just because it's like a regional or like family passed down recipe. So there's no right way or wrong way of making pho.
Yes, everyone has their own unique way of making pho, and I'm sure it's preference on who made it growing up and which region of Vietnam you're from. I'm sure depending on the region, it tastes different. And this fish dish right here is from a very particular region of Vietnam, Miền Tây, and I believe Miền Tây in English is the east. Oh no, the west, Tây mean the west. So this is from the west of Vietnam here. Wow.
And the pho is just a Vietnamese dish, so you could get anywhere in Vietnam.
I could really taste the shrimp paste that we were talking about right here. The umami flavor that's in here is like unreal because of the fish sauce and the shrimp paste. It's like the broth is like sweety umami, but not sugary sweet. It's hard to explain how that tastes. How's that for a broth?
You know, every time I eat anywhere with pho, my mom pho would be up top, and that's where I scale all the other pho. But this broth right here is up there. It's like it's really close enough. No one can ever beat your mom's cooking. Let's just be honest. Like I said, you're so used to it. You grow up eating that flavor, and no one can copy it. Like, this is up there. Right? I'd say close to being next to my mom's pho. It's really good.
Yeah, so pho, even pho divided into region, you got north and south. So I was told this is Pho Nam, which means pho from the south. Oh man, but this dish right here, this is really unique. I've never had anything like this. I also like to put my mood into a spoon like this.
And what's good about this restaurant is a
piece of jalapeno here that kind of
so this veggie, they actually grew it. They have a garden outside that I saw. We were coming in and they actually grow these here, so you're getting fresh, local.
So this dish right here, if you guys, I will compare this dish to like Japanese ramen, I would say. The noodle isn't ramen because it's rice noodle, but the broth has that very rich, thick texture to it. It has a very rich taste to it. Okay, let's switch it. So that way you don't contaminate the flavor here.
Yeah, you can definitely smell the shrimp paste coming out.
Yeah, like it really does remind me of a ramen dish, but with a different type of noodle because the umami in that broth is really good. And you could tell that broth has probably been boiled for a while because like the amount of flavor that's in it is like pretty unreal.
Okay.
What do you think?
So with this dish, it's like, if you don't like fish, then don't get this dish. Because it is pretty,
it's fishy.
it is fishy.
You need,
But-
not like fishy as in like, you know, you went to the fish markets,
Yeah.
like fishy, but like you could tell there's fish in there.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it's coming from the fish itself, or it might be like the shrimp paste.
It's definitely the paste. Yeah, because like the way they cooked that fish earlier was way too quick for all that fish
for the flavor
to transfer over like that. And I think all that flavor has to be from the broth that was being boiled back there. And then you could tell in the broth it was a very thick-looking broth too. And he kind of scooped another spoon of soup to kind of add to that broth to give it more liquid in there. but I think most of the flavor is from the boiled down broth that they had at the beginning.
The noodle is like vermicelli noodle.
It is like vermicelli, yes. Yep.
It's very.
It cooks very quick. When we saw it earlier, the pho noodle took a little bit for it to cook, but this one it was like a quick in and out. Yeah, it was quick in and out. All right. So, ooh, there we go. We got a big piece of jalapeno there, just like I like.
I don't think I ever had any dish that's similar to this. No, I never think of putting like shrimp paste and making it like a dish of its own with noodles in there, but a lot of dishes or a lot of other noodles I had that use shrimp paste, you don't really taste it as strong as this one. So this one is definitely unique.
Yep. I feel like some of these cuts of meat, if you're not eating pho, you wouldn't really eat some of these cuts of meat.
It's true.
Especially with the tripe and everything. But this broth is really good.
Pho is like a very textural dish. You get so many different textures in there.
Yes, you get the crunchy from the bean sprout, the fresh bean sprout in there.
Even like the meat combination in there.
Yeah, you get like the beef that got slowly cooked from the broth, so that meat is still like very
raw,
chewy. It's still sweet, and then you got the cooked down like what do you call that? Like beef shoulder or beef flank. Yeah.
I haven't tried the fish yet. So
the pho is good.
This is a big chunk right here. Dip that in the sauce.
This pho is really good, but this dish right here is so unique. You guys gotta come and try this fish noodle here. Is that what it's for?
How you're supposed to eat it.
Okay. Our first thing is, I don't know, you're supposed to dip it in that tamarind sauce. Huh? Okay, there's the fish. Try it with this tamarind sauce right here. You're right. Yeah, but we're not supposed to pour that in there.
Now it makes sense why it's
in the little,
Yeah, and it's a chunk of fish.
That makes sense. That sweet, sour tamarind really helps out with the umami flavor. Oh, that's delicious. Gotta wash it down here with some drink.
It's definitely the flavor of this noodles is definitely more overwhelming than the pho flavor. So like going from pho to eating this, all you can taste now is just this dish.
That was my comparison. Like this is like ramen, a very thick, thick flavor. Pho is very light broth, but you could tell by even the color. One of their specialty here as well is their homemade yogurt in a pouch in Vietnam. They actually sell these yogurt just like this in a pouch. And I remember when we were younger eating, how you would eat this is, what you do is you take a bite out of this can right here. Create a little opening, and then you just squeeze on this and suck on it.
You know when it's good when it comes in a pouch.
This is
you
really
know
good.
It's homemade.
Even
ice cream in Vietnam does sell like this. It's homemade ice cream.
This yogurt right here, I would say, is very similar to the balada yogurt.
We had at the Indian restaurant.
Yeah, I think maybe all Asian yogurt are made the same way, but in Indian cuisine, they also make yogurt drink, and it has a very similar taste to this. I don't think Vietnam has a yogurt drink, but this is how we eat yogurt, frozen out of a bag like this. This is good though. The yogurt isn't overwhelming. Sometimes yogurt could be like too yogurty. This is like perfect.
Or too sweet. This is tarty too.
Yeah, tarty. I would say it's similar to like a Greek yogurt, but not as not as creamy and not as dense. What do you think?
Yeah. Almost like a soft serve for how soft it is.
Definitely try this ice cream here. This yogurt ice cream. This is really good. Way better. Probably way healthier than regular ice cream. Man, it's actually kind of fun to eat ice cream like this.
You said
It's good.
you don't need to travel far
Nope.
to eat local.
Have the same experience here.
Yes. This is exactly how you'll get it in Vietnam.
I feel like they could probably make a drink out of this. Actually, that's how good it tastes.
Yeah.
We could probably have a few bags of these. Maybe Viet people invented Go-Gurt before Go-Gurt became a thing. It's always been in a bag like this. Here we are. We have Bill, who owns New Pho here in Nashua, New Hampshire. Bill, how you doing? Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
That dish
nice
that
to meet
you
you.
served was really good. So tell us, where did you come up with that fish noodle dish?
All right. I just have a chance to go back to my country like a couple months ago. Like very new, like
Yeah.
after 20 years. And when I go back, I went to one of the busy restaurant. I eat they say, what it is? And after I eat it, they say, oh, very good. But I go back to America, I think about that, you know. So I showed, I learned, so I tried to make it. So they come up with the new dish.
With the recipe.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So
After I try, I like it. I tell, hey, I have to put it in the menu because nobody have it.
So moving forward, this dish, we could expect it to have it on the menu?
Yeah.
Awesome. So you guys heard it there. He traveled to Vietnam a few months ago, was traveling around. He saw this dish. So this dish is straight from Vietnam. Now it is in America. So you haven't tried this, no other Vietnamese restaurant in New England, you would say, would have this dish yet.
Yeah, nobody has.
So no other Vietnamese restaurant in New England has this dish yet. So if you want to come try this new fish noodle dish straight from Vietnam that Bill learned and now it is in America, come to Nashua, New Hampshire at New Pho here. This place has been open for 2 years now and their menus are incredible. You got to try out that dish in particular, and their pho is always #1 as well. And Bill, I really appreciate your time today. I really appreciate the hospitality. Bill's been great. He didn't even charge us for the meal today. So you guys definitely have to come down, support the business, and try out his new dish. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Duh, how you feel?
I am Pho.
That was a great meal. You guys have to come here and try out the special fish noodle soup and the pho here. This restaurant has been here for 2 years. The owner was amazing. That was
Hospitality was awesome.
the hospitality was great. They kept bringing out certain food for us to try. That was just great. They didn't even charge us for the meal. So
Got the good drinks too. Definitely cool us down. And that dessert in the end, right?
that dessert,
Definitely
that yogurt
was
was great. It's a good balance. Really recleansed my taste buds.
Yep.
I think it's helping with my digestive because I don't feel so stuffed anymore. So, well, I'm glad you guys joined us today. Until our next meal, take care.
Take care, guys.